Hello! Today I am going to record a walkthrough of Sam and Max Hit the Road. This walkthrough will use the same route as the speedrun. My intention with this guide is to help new runners learn the route of the game before having to learn the speed tech. But this guide can also be used to beat the game casually. So what that means is I won't be using keyboard shortcuts, except for dot skip and escape skip. Dot skip allows you to quickly skip dialogue, escape skip allows you to skip some cutscenes. It doesn't work for every cutscene though. So I'm just using those two to kind of speed up the games who are not watching all of the dialogue and all of the cutscenes. And one last thing, you'll notice on the right, let's see, down here, there are, my live split is open. This is not technically a speedrun attempt, but I do use live split to remind me what I'm going to do next. So if you're having trouble learning the game, I recommend doing something like that for yourself. Let's get started. So the first thing when the game starts, you're going to want to walk over to the right side and pick up this light bulb. Then walk over to the left side and pick up the mouse hole. So the hand is pick up.
Never leave home with... Yeah!
And then we'll just put that into the inventory and move on. We'll come down here.
Oh,
We can use escape skip to skip the cutscene here. And we walk down the stairs. We're going to use Max, so the use icon, and then use it on the cat.
Turn this guy. Oh, that
and we will use the car. So now the commissioner's orders are on our inventory, so now I can just right-click the cycle to the commissioner's notes. But we could always also click
Check
on
this out, Jack.
the inventory box to pull them out. And we'll be doing that in some other places, but we didn't have to this time, so I didn't. So we gave them to the fire breather, and now the fire breather is going to let us into the Hall of Oddities. And we have another escape skip up here. Okay, so we do need this fur. We don't need it until later, but we're going to pick it up now, and we're going to pick up this hand in a jar. We're going to walk out, and then we're gonna leave. And we're gonna go to this burger here. Doesn't really matter which burger you go to, but that's the closest burger, so we go to that one. We enter Snucky's. We pick up Candied Pecans. We're going to open up the inventory, take the jar out, and hand it to Bernard here. And we're waiting for Max to say he has to use the bathroom, but he actually already said that. So we're just going to talk to him, and we use duck, bathroom, pecans, and then we leave. Sam took an odd route out there, but that's fine. We're going to quickly pick this up. Talk to Max. And we're going to duck.
I'm filled with this. And
We're going to select the rest. And what happened there is now we have the rasp in our inventory. We didn't return the key. Okay, so we go back to the carnival. We're gonna go right this time. Around. And we're gonna pick up this lens. That's what this object is. Put it in our inventory. Use the Wak-a-rat. And now we're gonna play Wak-a-rat. The goal here is to hit 20 rats. Ideally, you don't hit all of them. You do need to get at least 20 though. If you get all of them, you get an extra line of dialogue, which is a tiny bit slower. So we're at that, so we can just hit max if we're bored. We have to wait for the whole game to finish though. It's a little bit faster when you hit the last rat. It'll end as soon as you hit the last rat, which
I won.
Good. So then we're gonna pick up from the winning tray there this flashlight. We're gonna try to leave to the left here. That screen transition's a little tricky. Then we're gonna use the swan to get into the tunnel of love. We're gonna open up our inventory. We're gonna use the flashlight
Fits perfectly.
on the light bulb we picked up from the office. Take it out here. Use max. So now we still have the flashlight on, and we have max. Here is the fuse box. When you get to this screen, click the max on the fuse box. If you do it too early, it won't work. And you have to wait for the screen. If you do it too late on the screen, you'll have to go through the whole sequence again. And we use
Get off of
the mustache. And then you can use the entrance here to enter. You can also walk if you prefer. Then use the power generator here. Open up your inventory, grab the pecans, and hand it to the mole man. He's gonna give you a long story. When you hear the transition music, hit escape, and then go back to holding down dot to skip the dialogue. We get a new location opened up, the world's largest ball of twine, and the mole man will hand us a key to Trixie's trailer, which is just a crowbar. The crowbar still is on our inventory, or on our hand cursor icon, so we can right-click to scroll to it. We use it on Trixie's door here, and we'll open it up. We're going to use these doors. This one we can look at.
It's a scorecard from the Gator Golf Emporium in Roomy Eyes, Florida. Hey, there's a neat costume in here.
Box to open up the costume. And two things happened at once, which is kind of cool. But we got a location opened up. So we talked to this guy.
Hey,
Duck. And then Kona Tragedy. There is an alternative way of doing this. You can also hand him the pass. Handing the pass is slightly faster. We can skip this part. But I did want to mention that you can also hand the pass to him directly. Okay, so what happened there is all of our junk fell out of our inventory. So we talk to him again. We ask him about it. He hands us a lost and found slip. And we now exit this way. And go to the Lost and Found tent. Open up your inventory. Now we have this magnet. We're going to look at it. And it's going to open up another location, the World of Fish. Now we're ready to leave the carnival. Go to the World of Fish. Pick up this bucket of fish. And as soon as you pick it up, we can skip a cutscene. And use the car again. And we will go to Gator Golf. We're gonna walk over to the left, pick up this grabber. It's a golf ball retriever, technically, but I think of it as a grabber. We're gonna have a short cutscene, shortish cutscene here that you cannot escape. You can only skip. But Sam and Max lose a fight to the thug. Max is gonna get thrown into the dunk tank, and we're gonna have to rescue him. To do that, we're gonna have to get the alligators here lined up to form a bridge so that Sam can cross over and get to the dunk tank and free him. To do this, we're gonna have to play some golf, but not with golf balls, with fish. So we replace the golf balls with the bucket of fish, and then we use the fish. Okay, this part doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but just do exactly this. Put the first flag
nice alligators.
Here.
You like roaches?
I cannot explain the logic for this part. I have tried to figure it out, and it seems like the behavior is random, but if you do this, it will work every time. Put the next flag there. And you don't have to be pixel perfect here, you can be... There's definitely a range, but I'm aiming for the middle hump on the first alligator, middle of the middle hump on the first alligator, middle of the tail on the second. Third one's already correctly positioned. Next one I'm going to do the tip of the tail. So this is the fourth alligator, and we've skipped the third. And then tip of the tail for the last one. What do you do if you screw up here? I don't know. As I said, I don't understand the logic. I don't know how to fix anything if something goes wrong here. You will eventually get it. But if that happens, it's important that you understand, and we can skip here. It's important that you understand where the gators are supposed to be. It might not be immediately clear. So then we're going to use this door, and we skip another cutscene, use the door here, and then we're going to pick up
a snow globe from the mystery Vortex
that Sam's blocking, but it's a snow globe. If we moved Sam out of the way, you would have seen it there. And we leave. The next stop is going to be the world's largest ball of twine, where we're going to pick up a wrench. We're going to use that wrench to get into a fish that's going to take us back to the world's largest ball of twine. It's a little weird. At this point, an interesting mechanic in this game is that if you have the inventory open here, the tram doesn't move. So just for efficiency's sake, this is a good time to combine the grabber with the hand and the magnet like I did here. You can do this at any point, but I do it here.
Shake a leg, Max.
In a casual playthrough, that does not matter at all. If you're learning the speedrun, that's the best time to do it. It's the best time to do it because you have to wait for the tram. Then we're gonna walk in here. We're gonna talk to this guy.
What?
Question.
What?
Wrench. We'll get a wrench.
Well,
And Sam is adamant that we have to use the elevator here. So we use the elevator, the tram. Leave, and we're gonna go to the world's, or to the world of fish. We still have the wrench on our cursor, because that's the last item we picked up. Use the wrench on this fish here. Model fish. Then we're gonna use the fish. And we're gonna use Max. And use Max on the fish. Escape to skip that cutscene. Dot skip here. Escape. Escape. A little long cutscene here, so it's a good time for a glass of water. Then we're going to use Max on the rope here. This vein of rope. They're cartoon characters, so this ball is just fine. And we're gonna walk into this museum, grab our grabber with the magnet, put it into the ball of twine, and we get a ring. Now we're gonna leave, and we're gonna go to the mystery vortex, which was the location that popped up when we got the snow globe at Gator Golf.
that's probably...
One thing I do is I make sure I click up here as I walk across, and then enter here. It's not super important, but it is actually a little bit faster. We're gonna use this and then hit escape to skip a very short animation cutscene. Then we're gonna flip this switch. We're going to save our game here. It doesn't matter where you save. I'm saving at the bottom, just so I don't confuse myself later. We're gonna leave. Now, the first door... A quick explanation here. There are 4 doors in this hallway. There's a door to the left that you can't quite see. It's red. It's always red. This door here is always orange. The door here is blue, and I think that one's green, although I'm colorblind, so, you know, don't trust me. I'm actually just gonna walk over now to double check. Yeah, that one's green. Okay. So, we have these 2 doors in your playthrough will likely be different colors. There are... That is random each time you play the game. You need to make a note of what color they are, but we're gonna try this door. So the first switch in this room, in the mirror room we've switched, was the red color, which allows us to go through the red door. Now, when I heard that sound effect that played, that woman screaming, I know that this is not the door we needed. The door we need is also randomly picked each time. So at this point, I'm going to go back and load our save state. This save state, you don't need to do this. It's just because it's a little bit faster and it's easier. So we had a blue door. I'm going to actually try that one next. It doesn't matter which one you try next, honestly, but we're going to try blue next. The second switch is blue. The third one is yellow. We don't have a yellow door. Okay, we heard another sound effect, which was a flying saucer. That means we know that this one's wrong. So we're going to go back, and we're going to load our save state. Let's try orange next, which is red and yellow. That last one is yellow. So then we're gonna go through the orange door. And it is this one. We did not hear a sound effect other than the ducks quacking and the water bubbling.
Who are you?
I'm saying.
So, this is what we're looking for. So we don't have to go through the 4th door. To go through the 4th door, that which is green, that would have been blue and yellow. Now, we still have the ring on our cursor because that's the last object we picked up. We want to give it to this guy.
Is this?
Once you're at sample.
There is a line of dialogue there that if you pay attention to, it can help you solve another puzzle a little bit faster. We're not going to worry about that today. Okay, so let's now continue on. We're going to go through these curtains to get into the gift shop. And all we need to do here is pick up this fur. If you're paying attention, this is the 3rd fur we've picked up. You only need 3. There is actually a specific path I was clicking on there. Don't worry too much about that, but I just bring it up now. If you learn the actual speedrun later, that is a little bit complicated. Okay, so now what we need to do is find Frog Rock. To do that, we're going to go back to the world's largest ball of twine. There were some binoculars set up there that we can use to kind of survey the country for this
Take a look.
for this rock. And we're going to use the lens we picked up earlier. Walk into this elevator. But before we put the lens on, we're going to pick up these wires. Okay, now the wires are on our cursor. We can't put this into our inventory. What we can do is we can click on the telescope here and attach them. Open up our inventory, grab the lens, attach the lens to here, and now we use it. And now what we need to do is just examine each rock until...
it's a rock.
Until Sam says it's frog rock, basically.
It's a rock.
You can get it. You can get lucky and get it on your first try, or you can be unlucky and get it on your last try. There are 5 rocks. We found it on our 5th rock. Then escape to
I think I can see frog.
Use the elevator. Use the tram. Use the car to finally leave, and then we're gonna go to Frog Rock. Okay, so what we need to do is put each of these 3 furs on this rock. And you have to do it one at a time. Max may say that's gross, Sam. If he does that, that costs you about a second. 50-50 chance. We got 2 that's grosses. Yeah, that's pretty average. Then we take the magic powder and put it on the 3 furs. Another cutscene plays that we cannot skip. This is going to tell us where to go. Next, spoiler, it's Bumpusville. That will pop up on the map. And we'll leave here and go to Bumpusville. Okay, then we're gonna enter Bumpusville. We're gonna go to the right. Gonna go up this escalator. Pick up the pillow, open up our inventory, grab her with the hand, use it on the book. This book tells us how to operate a robot. We're going to operate the robot, tell the robot to go somewhere it shouldn't go to trigger an alarm. That alarm's going to take security guard off of guarding the VR machine. Then we're going to use the VR machine to grab a real key that will let us free some captives being held at Bumpusville. So now we have to find the robot. Where the robot is a little bit random. Use the robot. Click the first wire and then escape.
I don't
Okay, so then we're gonna go get into the VR machine. We're gonna play a little VR game where we're gonna have to slay a dragon. The dragon's hitbox is a little bit weird. this is a good point to make a save. It's very easy to screw it up, and if you screw it up, you have to do the whole bit with the robot again. So pick up the sword. Click on the cave entrance. Dragon comes out. Click here. It's kind of to the left of where you think you should click. Play the dragon. Grab the heart. Okay, so now we're gonna go left. Go into the left screen here. Enter. Go left again. And you can escape. There's a song that plays here. You can escape it. Use the key on the lock here. And you cannot escape this part, but you can skip all of the dialogue as always. Okay, before we leave, we're gonna pick up this portrait.
Say, Sam, just...
I hit escape on Max's line to skip another cutscene there. And then we just leave, go back to our car, get it in it, and we're gonna go to that new place that just opened up. Inside here, we're gonna take out our rasp and hand it to the Bigfoot. Then we're gonna talk to the receptionist. And we're going to use exclamations. I think the only time in the game where we use exclamation. Might be forgetting another spot, but do that, and then you say bye. And you open up your inventory, you have a new item. Look, let's look at it. 2 new locations pop up. And we're gonna leave. Next up, we're going to go get an eggplant. And before we get that eggplant, we're gonna actually grab this portrait. Hand it to her. Grab our eggplant. Put it in our inventory. Leave. Go right back. Talk to her. Ask her about... What we did is we traded the portrait to get a likeness of that person as an eggplant. Now go back to Bumpusville. So then there's kind of like a bargain bin of other celebrity eggplants. We got one of Conroy Bumpus, the guy in the portrait here, who owns this place. We're going to use that eggplant to replace the wig on display here. And this is another unskippable cutscene, but it's a fun one. This is my favorite cutscene in the game. Another good time for a water break. And we can skip that one. And this one. Then we're gonna leave Bumpusville. We got the wig. Go to the T-Rex, and we're gonna start walking towards Mount Rushmore. Fun fact, canonically in this game, this is in North Dakota instead of South Dakota. No idea why they decided to put Mount Rushmore in North Dakota. Maybe it was just to piss off people from South Dakota. So we use the elevator here to go up to Bungee. What we're gonna do is grab some tar. So you never know when you need tar. We're gonna use the changing booth here to get into a harness. And then as soon as Sam comes out, we're gonna hit escape to skip another cutscene. Then we're gonna take our grabber with the hand, use it with the cup, and we're gonna take it out. We're not gonna use it right away, but we're going to use the bungee cord and then immediately right-click, and then click on the tar with this item. We get the tar. Okay, now we have to change out, so we're gonna use the changing booth again. Use the elevator. Walk back, and then we're gonna walk over to the side here, where the T-Rex and the woolly mammoth are. Then what we're gonna do next is we're gonna start the animatronic T-Rex talking, and then we're gonna try to get the T-Rex to stop talking when the mouth is fully open. If we do it correctly,
that was informative.
his mouth will stay open.
That was informative.
There. You might have to do it a few times like that, but there. Now that the mouth is open, we're gonna take out our rope and throw the rope onto a tooth on the T-Rex. Then we're gonna use Max to get Max on our cursor, and use Max on the woolly mammoth. This will get us woolly mammoth hair. It's always useful, right? We'll use Max again. Get Max on the cursor, and use Max
these things
on
together.
the pool of rope here. Sam will attach the rope to Max and throw Max to the car, which will pull they'll attach the rope to the car door and slam it shut to pull the tooth out. Now we get this tooth, put it in our inventory, use the car, and go back to the Savage Jungle Inn. Next, they won't let us in because we're not a Bigfoot, but the guy owes us a favor, so as long as we make an effort, so by combining these objects together, we've now formed a costume. So now we'll use this costume to put it on. So that was the suit we picked up in Trixie's Tailor, the tar, the woolly mammoth hair, and the wig. Okay, we enter here and then hit escape to skip another cutscene. We'll walk in through the back here. We'll pick up dice pick. Yeah, and I was just correcting a few things on my split there. We'll try to leave. These guys are gonna stop us. So what we'll do instead is open up our inventory, show them that we're not actually a Bigfoot, and take off our suit. They'll be like, oh, that's a great idea, why don't we have a suit? and they'll hop into the freezer, and they don't notice Max is right there. If I use the door, Max will freeze them. And then we hit escape 3 times in a row, and those guys are dead now. We have definitely killed them. Pick up this wine bottle. Leave. And that leave, exiting right there is actually kind of tricky, so you might get into a little trouble there. We're gonna go back to the world's largest ball of twine. And here, we're gonna be handing this corkscrew to the guy who bent the wrench at the beginning. So we're gonna grab this now, and then quickly cycle over to use the tram, go back up. Walk in here. And the corkscrew to this guy. Use the elevator, use the tram, leave. Actually, well, we still have the corkscrew. Open up the inventory.
That's it. Shall we?
You can do this really at any time. Use the corkscrew on the wine bottle. We'll keep the cork. Use the cork on the snow globe. We'll need that next. We're gonna go to the mystery vortex. Go back to the gift shop. And there's a ride in there that we ignored the first time. You may have seen it and wanted to get in it, but it wasn't the right time. Now it's the right time. Go back to the vortex. We're gonna get into that ride and use the snow globe with the cork to capture some mystical energy, I guess, is the best way to describe it. Use the vortex. Grab this. Use it on yourself, I guess. Best way to describe it. You'll suck up the vortex energy. And that was actually the last item we needed in order to complete the game. So now we're just gonna go and finish the game. There is a little bit of pathing there that I did, but don't worry about it. Normally, it's at that point that I go and pick up the John Muir eggplant, but we did it earlier. It's technically a little bit faster. It's not how I recommend doing it, but you can play around with when to do things. Okay. So now what we need to do is throw each item. We need to throw 4 items into the pool. Throw this eggplant in. It doesn't really matter what order you do this in, but it is faster if you throw in the snow globe last. The reason is when you throw in the last item, that's technically the end of the game. There's a cutscene that plays after, but that's not part of the timing. So grab the 2, throw that in. And the pillow. Finally, the Vortex, and that is time. So that's how you beat Salmon Max Hit the Road. Just using dot skip and escape, you can get a 45-minute, sub 45-minute time pretty consistently. We had probably just about the worst possible luck as well, in terms of things that will add to your time. Yeah. If you have any questions, the Speedy Adventures Discord server is where most of the discussions about LucasArts and Sierra and other point-and-click adventure games happens in terms of speedruns. If you have questions just about how to beat the game, I do recommend looking through the game facts walkthroughs as well. Thank you for watching this. I'm going to now cut here and be right back.